video on Gemini journaling, and today I'm going to be showing you all my May plan with me and also a look back on April. So the April look back will be at the end of the video, so let's get started with looking at May. I know it's literally the middle of May, and for that I'm really sorry, but you don't have to use this spread just for May. You can use it for any month, and you can just adjust it as you need. My theme this month was clouds, dreamy, a dream sequence, I would say. So there's a lot of clouds, a lot of pastel colors, and some dream catchers sort of symbolize the dream feel. I have a little bit of watercolor, mock watercolor here. It's actually some of my Tombow brush pens that I blended together with water and the little blender brush that comes in most of the Tombow packs. So here we have some clouds, and this is totally stolen from a post on Instagram, and I will link the person down below where I got this idea from because I can't remember it just now. But I did come up with the dream catch idea on my own because it has some of my Papermate pens used for the feathers, and it has a brown pen to use as the wood that sort of makes the base of the dream catcher. And I sort of just like created these as I went. There really wasn't a certain style I was looking for. So first up, I have a quote right afterward, and I feel like that's something that I'll have in a lot of my spreads. I'll have a quote right after the title page. This one says, "God would not have put a dream in your heart if he had not already given you everything you need to fulfill it." And I just saw this on like Google or something, but I thought it was really fitting because my theme is dreams this month. And here is a quick time lapse of me adding in the details for this quote. My spread, I always do my spreads a little bit differently. It is red vertically, but you actually see the whole calendar horizontally. Here I have my Instagram tracker because I thought I was going to be getting a Instagram, but nope, I have a YouTube. So this technically should be changed to a YouTube tracker, and I haven't really done much there. I also have a quote from Walt Disney that says, "A dream is a wish your heart makes," and I think that's really sweet. I have some notes up here. This was all made by my Stabilo highlighters. That's how I also do the clouds here. Those will also be a constant thing you see throughout the spread is that blue. And of course, on the days that there aren't, it isn't May, we have it crossed out. And I was gonna do pastels, but I decided to do any color I wanted to fill out any events I may have. Next up, we have a blank page. I tend to fill that in with maybe anything scrapbooking. Maybe there was an event that I really liked, so I'm going to save this for any major events that happen in May. Here I have my habit and sleep tracker. My sleep tracker, I'm honestly not a fan of. I was going to be doing, in my April spread, I had some dots and lines that I used for the sleep tracker, and I decided to venture away from that, and I sort of regret it because I'm not a fan of this. It's my Stabilo highlighters, but they kind of are a little blendy and they overlap, and I'm just really not a fan. My habit tracker though, I love. I have 3 lines for every day, and when they sort of all connect, they have this little diamond effect, and that goes back to my my little diamond here that I have for the dreams. We have a huge dream catcher here, and then we have a little crescent moon with some stars. I have these habits I'm doing did not press snooze, but I sort of really don't need that because school has just ended for me, so I really am not gonna have to wake up to an alarm anymore. And so I have do not press snooze, and I sort of, once again, regret doing that, but that's okay. Then I have cried, and then I have made bed. That's something I don't do on a regular basis, and I decided that's a habit I want to start doing. And so far, having it in my habit tracker has worked wonders. I remember it in the morning. I'm actually willing to do it because I know I'll be able to fill it out later. And so that is something that it really shows how effective habit trackers are, because making my bed wasn't something I did regularly, and now I've totally made it a part of my morning routine. Then I went to ballet. That actually used to be like a grade. It used to be like got a good grade on a test, but I realized school was ending, so I changed it on the first day of May. Then I have worked out, then I have prayed in bed by 10, and that is also a great example of how the habit trackers have been working out for me, because that was something I never used to do, and now I'm motivated to try and get to bed earlier. Brushed teeth, passed up a sweet, and did something kind. Did something kind once again, try and do something kind every day, but this once again will help me when I do something kind or do a good gesture. I'll be like, oh, I'll put this in my journal, and I'll be more motivated to be kind more in my life. So that is my habit and sleep tracker. Oh, also on the end of my sleep tracker, I'll do the averages of every day, because in my April spread, I noticed that towards the end of the week, I sleep the best, and I never knew that. So once again, these trackers are coming in handy. Here I have my mood tracker. So I was super excited to fill this out. I did my month of May way too early. Like, I think I finished it in March, and I was so excited to fill this out until I realized that happy/excited is the same color as energized. And so I just got really confused, and it kind of like got me really mad, because I don't know, like it really shouldn't have got me that frustrated. Like I should have just changed the color. But honestly, like it stopped my motivation, which is pretty bad. And so I really need to get back onto that. Here I have my monthly ballet correction logs. This can be great for any sport or anything, because I fill out constant corrections I get in my dance, and then I fill them all out here, and then I look at also things I wanted to improve on, and I would recommend that for any sport. If you want me to do a more detailed video on that, comment down below. And this is something I actually filled out in April, but I had it in May. So that's why it's all the way filled out till the 23rd of April, but I just have it in my May spread. I think it looks really cool. Next, I have my dream log. Every month I have something sort of special with every month, so that corresponds to this theme. I won't have a dream log in every spread, but because it's May and my theme is dream, I thought this would be my little creative bit. And so far, I have been loving it. I wake up in the morning and try and remember my dream. On the 8th of May, I was like, oh, I didn't have a dream. And then I'm like, okay, did you first? Because I hadn't filled out my spread very much. And I was like, oh my gosh, you did. And then you write it down, and it's super fun and crazy to write down. Super excited. I probably should have given myself more space though, because I guess I vividly remember my dreams. I'm really proud of that. That's something I can fill out, and then I can fill out the days in which I had the dream there. Now we're going to move on to my weekly spreads. Here we have week 1. How I'm going to fill this out is I have up in the corner, I have that for all of my weeks up in the corner here, and I have some of my main events happening. I have a few birthdays, my trip to St. Louis I'm doing there, just so I know how many, like my big events I can see in the corner, which have been helpful, because I brought the clouds back. I have them on the bottom, but I also have them here. I really am not a fan of me doing the Sunday and Saturday from the weeks there, but I mean, that's how it had to work out. But I do really like the rainbow here, and I used just Crayola markers, and I think one of my highlighters, Stabilo highlighters. What I did was I did goals for the day here. I also did weather, and then here is like how healthy I think I ate. And so I have like the weather here. It remains sunny throughout the week. And so that's week 1, and then it shows the dates here. Week 2, same goals. I haven't filled out the weather in like these yet, but it's still this week. And once again, I feel like I need to start leaving more space for myself, because I tend to get carried away with writing. And then that's like what happened today. Week 3, dream catchers are back, but a little purple. I decided I had some extra space, and so I decided that this would be a week I focused on joy. Week 4, I did some mountains. I think mountains make you feel very calm and sort of that dreamy feel, so that's why I added that. And actually, this is using my Tombow Fudenosuke brush pens here, and that is why I actually got those pens. You can, if you want to see a review, I'll have a link down below. I really wanted those pens only because I could not imagine this spread any other way without the Fudenosuke pens like this. So I like waited for me to get the pens until I made the spread, because I knew that I wanted to use those pens for this one. And then we have the last week. It's not as long as the other, so I decided to just do it in one quick spread. And I just have some leaves, or just aesthetically pleasing leaves on the side. And once again, these aren't done. These are still in pencil here, but I'll fix that soon. And I also have all the goals on the left. Then at the end of the month, I have prepare for June. I have things that I liked about this month, monthly headers I want for next month, a theme, working out different plans. And then I also have this because I know that for my June header that I wanted it to be with the Tombow Fit and Nosuke pens. And that is what I did. I have already started for June, which I know all of the gurus say to wait, but I just cannot. I'm just like super excited and I get ahead of myself. So that is everything for me. I'm gonna do one last flip through. Okay, thank you all so much for watching, but I did promise an April look, so we're gonna do that. For April, I love how the habit tracker worked out. I was really nervous about the dots at first. I was afraid I wouldn't be as motivated, but in the end, I think that this looks amazing. I can see what I need to work on. I can see also what I was successful in. I am also super thrilled with the sleep tracker. As you can see, it even looks pretty consistent with the really highs, and that I figured out that's around the Friday-Saturday margin. And then my flower themed around the calendar worked out great. I think everything looks amazing. And then it's oddly enough, after May, like I said earlier, I actually made I made my May super early, and I realized I wanted to write about my day in April. So after May, I actually did an April 1 line a day, and I think it ended up super good. I also did an Easter, what I got for Easter, and that's once again after May. But I realized it's my journal, and if April's gonna come after May, some points, I mean, that's how it's gonna have to happen. I also did for 1 line a day. Sometimes I kind of needed more than one line. It's technically 2 lines, but like that. And so I made a little box set aside for any of the days that needed a few extra words. So that is everything for my May plan with me. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down below, and make sure to click that like button if you like the video. I'll see you guys next time on Gemini Journaling, and thanks for being here. Bye!